Our mission here at Why'd You Stop Me is to reduce acts of violence between police and the community. It's a very focused mission. The goal of this program is to teach the police and the community similar concepts. The community oftentimes doesn't realize how much community policing training we have.
The most powerful part of the Why'd You Stop Me program is learning all about communication and learning about public perception.
This is a great program because it provides understanding, where the two sides can understand where they're coming from. I think it's particularly powerful for the youth of this community to attend a program like this, but I see it having a great application to everyone in the Long Beach community so that they know exactly why the officers are doing their job in a certain way. It makes them safer and it keeps our officers safer.
But we want the community to embrace this training and understand it because it's important. And if they understand and they know what it's about, then they have a greater chance of making sure that they get through it contact safe, which means that we get through it contact safe.
Given all the unrest regarding police use of force across the country and how it affects communities, if they could be a part of this program and see what's really happening, the mindset of the officers, I believe that it would change some of those actions.
We want to learn how to de-escalate situations that may not even be escalated yet. Because by us making sure that we concentrate on de-escalating the whole time, we're going to reduce the times we have to escalate.
From the classroom to the field, by showing officers when they're in the academy how to conduct ourselves with the community. You know, the verbal tactics, the way to approach people, how we talk to people, the humanization of our police culture into the community is well defined in the program, and that in turn helps our job become so much easier out there when we contact people and talk to people.
Cops think of things one way. The community oftentimes thinks of things the other way. That's not the end of the world as long as we can effectively communicate with effective two-way communication.
Every hour in this country, in our profession, there's a violent conflict between our community members and us. And often that conflict stems between a miscommunication between us and a mistrust between the community and our profession.
What we want to do is we want the guy in the plaid shirt to be in our uniform, and we want to jump into the uniform of that guy in that plaid shirt as much as possible to understand our community. It's very important for our community and for us to be able to explain to our community what our powers are.
This isn't something that was drawn up and just tried out.
We want to take the fraternity walls that we call that thin blue line. That's our fraternity house. We want to take that fraternity house and embrace it. Understand there's a need for it to exist. But we want to take the fraternity house walls and turn them into windows. We want this program to assist in creating real-life transparency. Real-life transparency so that we can understand it. 1 in every 10 police officers in the United States of America is assaulted in the line of duty each and every year. 1 police officer died in the line of duty once every 75 hours in the U.S. this year. We need those numbers to change. Those numbers will change by us educating a community. Those numbers will change by us staying safe. Those numbers will change by us employing proper community policing. I'll tell you what's probably not going to change them. What's probably not going to change those numbers is us going out and arresting every single person we see. That's probably not going to change that number.
Once that barrier is broken down, instead of the officer approaching the civilian with an already preconceived notion that, oh, this individual already doesn't like me. Instead, because the individual has gone through the program, the civilian, now the mindset of the civilian will be more willing to work with the police officer.
We got to make sure that we understand that when we use force, it's necessary. And that after that, that dust-off process is such a big deal to the community. If we escalate, de-escalating is just as important. Us taking the time to de-escalate is just as important. That's how we build transparency. That's how we take the fraternity house walls and turn them into windows.
Our mission as a part of this team is to create an atmosphere and try to build some trust between this community and the community that you will be a part of, because you will be a part of the community. You very officers will be in a position to protect my family.
So in life, Events occur. Then we react. Then we have an outcome. If an event occurs without a reaction, we don't have an outcome because we haven't known about it. If we know of an event, we will always react. We will every single time react. So if that reaction is positive every single time to that event, whether positive or negative, we should always have a positive outcome. We hope that the community members that we put this band on don't make the bad decisions, don't make the wrong decisions. We hope that when you get out there in the field and you find somebody with this band on, that you understand that there's a shared message of peace, not of violence.
This is something that took time, patience. A lot of people were involved, and it's very powerful that it's actually working and that people in the community are really getting involved and they're really buying into the concept of really caring about the community, and it's going to be good when it can expand outside of Long Beach and go across the world.
I'd like to see this program expand outside of Long Beach and outside of California, because there's nothing in this program that couldn't be used and translated to any community in the country.
If we go about this program when we present to community members or even to law enforcement, and we try to change how you feel about each other, that's probably a little more difficult. That comes in time. But what we can do is decide to maybe get a little respect and a little more trust and like, okay, it's going to be okay. You know, that's what we work at. We chip away at the distrust. If I already got a wall up, how are you going to overcome that?
People don't understand what the other side is doing. And so it's a format to be able to teach one side what the police are doing, and at the same time it's a format for the police to understand the community perception. And the goal then is to integrate the both.
The day we can just be comfortable with just taking a minute to embrace each other first, you'll never be able to embrace our community. You'll arrest them. You'll give them habits. You'll wreak hell in their lives. They'll have these horrible memories. But if you ever see a person, like Zena said, you take a minute and you're human.
Program's working. It's out there, you know, and it's really important to realize how you talk to people, how you communicate in this job is one of the most important things. And it's going to change people's minds, people's attitudes, and the way you interact with them based on your verbal contacts.
We got to get this out there so we can give them more education, so they have this understanding.